What's
What
up,
it
OG, triple
do?
OG?
It's your
OG,
man.
triple,
Y'all already
triple.
know what it is.
OG.
We got some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
I want to talk about what's happening out here with Miss Aisha Curry.
It's about to go down.
And I didn't want to say nothing as a man who has strong opinions about what he witnesses. But just in case somebody doesn't know, people don't know, can you tell the people what's happening with Aisha Curry? I got that picture of her because I want people to see who is trying to over a Hall of Famer NBA. That's Garfield the cat up there. That's one of the old men on the Muppets back in the day. That's Mortimer from, anyway. Can you tell the people what's happening, River? I know you talk. Go ahead.
Listen, I absolutely can, but I think that just like how you're saying that, I think we should preface this with it reminds me of the situation that happened with Travis Hunter, where everybody's like, don't do it, be careful. We know, we can see the red flags. And he took it as an offense because obviously that's his girl and he wants to protect her and all this kind of stuff. But it's the same thing in this situation. It's like, because of the love and appreciation that people have for Steph Curry, that's why it's such a big thing. It's not people are trying to attack him or they don't want him to be happy. It's like, I don't think I can even grasp how Steph Curry is married to a woman who is acting like a bitter baby mama in the marriage.
Listen, hey, be quiet.
Like, that is just, it's mind-boggling to me. It really is. And it reminds me too, because when I first started talking about this situation, we all know Red Table Talk happened and Aisha Curry was there with her mother-in-law, okay, at the same table with Jada, which that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
And she was saying how she wasn't getting the same attention from men that Steph Curry gets from women. Well, of course not, sweetie, because he's the star, first of all. Second of all, if you're in a marriage and you're happy, why would you even want said attention? So that was like the first kind of strike that we saw going on. And then, there was a situation where she was on the talk show, The Real. And, some guys came out and was serving drinks to the ladies. And she was like, forcefully like doing this gesture like, oh, I'm trying to keep my ring on, And then so now all those things have passed. And it comes like every time that people forget about that and are willing to give her grace, she comes right back to the forefront and does something else that's even more like, girl, just stop talking.
Rob. Shut up.
Like, just stop talking. And most recently, she did an interview on the Call Me Daddy podcast, in which I don't know what she was promoting.
Want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm
Yeah.
not home, like, did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
I really don't. I don't know what she was actually there for. But the woman who was doing the podcast was throwing her bones of admiration. And it was like Aisha turned into Serena and was batting down all of the alley oops that the lady was trying to give her. Like, oh, well, it's amazing. Like, you have this amazing husband. And it's kind of like, oh, the guy in high school, I didn't even like him like that. Like, oh, so but you have these kids. Like, aren't you so happy? Kids? I didn't even want kids. And it's like everybody was like, what? Why?
So look, I'm so glad you said all that. I'm so glad you get all that out. Because see, I have a question for you. See, I watch you with not all, I've watched so many of your interviews. And I'm just going to get straight to it. Be honest. Do you think that most women are inherently evil or scammers?
Hell yes.
Do you think
Yeah.
that from what you see?
I do, and I definitely do say that. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of women
It's
don't
true.
know.
I'm sorry, go
It's
ahead.
true. Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of women don't know what they want. And so they get into these situations of what, either their friends or their family or society tells them that they're supposed to do. And then they do all the right things to get there. And then when they get there, the real them comes out. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of, like, women are hormonal, right? We're completely different than men. But a lot of times, women are so wrapped up in their emotions and their feelings, which feelings are fleeting. And they make these brash decisions. And that's scary because a man who's stable, who's in a situation, can just wake up one day and be like, who is this? Like it takes evolution for women to be, in my opinion, more stable, more calm, more logical thinking. Like I think it
So you
takes the
think there's a
work.
way they can become logical thinkers? You think there's something on this planet that can make them that way?
I think it's never going to be the same as a man. But I think once they have a certain level of understanding and humility, which a lot of women do not have, that's the main problem. A lot of women don't have the humility enough to even listen, to receive, or to understand another person's point of view. So how can they listen and understand enough to even change or evolve or grow? Like, and so
You
I
finna
hate
get
to say
famous.
that.
You finna get famous for speaking honest.
But I hate to say it, but it's really true. And we're in an era now that, like, everybody is thinking that wrong is right and right is wrong. And we have to be true, because I'm not like people, oh, she's a pick me or whatever. But I'm saying it because I love you, right? Like, I love you. I want you to get it right. I want you to have good relationships. So I have to be honest with you. I can't lie to you and say, oh yeah, girl, she's a girl boss. Like, I've seen so many women like, oh, so Aisha is not allowed to have her own identity. She's not allowed to express herself. Of course she is. She's a woman. She has her own autonomy. Of course, your identity is not just being a wife and a mother. But why, in expressing that, do you have to disrespect him, embarrass him, and humiliate him on the forefront? Like,
The reason
I don't understand that.
it's so disrespectful what she does because she's a 6. Like, he's an NBA superstar and he's with a 6. But this is what I want to tell you to open your eyes where you might not think of it this way, Reva. It's not all her. Steph Curry comes from a line of suckers. His dad was left by Steph Curry's mother. She was with one of his friends.
Damn!
Wow.
or somebody he went to college with or somebody like that. Somebody she shouldn't have been messing with. Even though she was at the games clapping for her son, getting the shine, making herself be seen, standing up and everything. Steph Curry's brother was into it with another NBA player over a girl who belonged to the game. And now here is Steph Curry with not one, not two. He kept putting babies in something that he knew was broken. So when people say Steph Curry ain't got no dirt on his name, yes, he do. The dirt on your name is your wife, because your wife is walking around shitting all over you. So you can act like you're innocent if you just got in this. Is he got 4 babies with her?
I think 4 now.
He's 4 babies in with a girl who has real issues toward him. Because you don't talk about your people like that, especially your husband.
That's right.
So when we get to seeing what's happening, we have to give Steph Curry blame too, because why put so much effort into someone like that? And you know the reason people put effort into stuff like that is because men actually think that if they be Superman, they can change the way that person is. But through trial and error, I have stepped back and I watch how too many women, more women than not, act. And it's like they really are not sane.
That crazy bitch out there again.
And don't got a clue.
No, but I'm laughing because I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. Like, I agree, because this is the thing, right? Steph Curry and her, they look like brother and sister to me. They the whole family look like her, him. If she's with his mom, she look like that could be her daughter. Like they
No,
look
her
exactly
face
the same.
is not aerodynamic enough to fit in. She got a fat face like a plate. And
Yeah,
them ain't
his
the
mom
one.
is-
When you got
his mom is
money,
stunning.
you just don't be with a girl like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't see a lot of guys with money with a fat face bitch. They normally get a girl who has, this is stuff that people will be like, Corey tripping, but this is real.
No, I know
A
what you're
woman
talking
who has
about.
an aerodynamic face is considered more the definition of beautiful than that right there.
I want to just.
She got the big
unpack
poppy
that for you,
face from the
too.
Boston's. Go ahead.
I want to unpack that because just like these IG influencers, for example, like the first thing they do when they start getting into relationships with men that have some kind of status is they start to change their face. So this is not something that is just an idea or an opinion you have. It's a truth. Like this is why the aesthetic shops are so rampant right now, where people are making so much money, because everything is in symmetry and making sure that their cheek boys are pointy and that you can see the bone structure. So I'm just giving context to you're not, because a lot of times I think that when you talk, because you're a comedian, people think that you're just saying stuff, but like you're really you know what you're talking about. You 100% know exactly what you're saying.
Big face bitches ain't supposed to be in mansions. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? I know you a woman, Reva, and you ain't gonna join in with that. But I'm kind of putting you on the spot on purpose because I know you know. I watch you, sister. You know. I be listening to you trying to help hoes. But the one girl who got her hair flat as hell up top and down talking about the whole phase.
Do I smell a whore?
The black girl who got the flat iron hair. Y'all see that she talk about she got to go through her whole phase. This
Yeah.
phase. Listen, I want to ask you this. Darlene, I'm sorry if I'm hogging Reva all to myself, but listen.
Hi, Darlene.
Is there a such thing as a hoe phase, or is a hoe gonna be a hoe regardless? It ain't no hoe phase. Women slow down when they realize I am so old, I'm really getting the scum of the club, the scum of the job, the scum of the church. Only motherfuckers on thirsty mode want me. That's when they slow down a little bit. Because after they about 40 of the thirsty mode guys, they be like, okay, I've had my fill. But as long as they feel like they're desirable, a hoe gonna be a hoe. That's my opinion. What do you think about a hoe being a hoe?
So I have a couple of thoughts about it, which might be shocking to some. I think that a woman can be out there and meet the ultimate guy, because everybody knows that a woman has the guy.
Unbelievable.
There's always the guy. Like, a woman can be married to another man and another man owns her.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
You know? And so I think a woman can encounter that kind of guy and completely just be a whole different person, and people are looking at that girl like, girl, she doesn't even know that person because she's so detached, because she just wants to appease this one person. But I believe that, this whole idea of a phase or whatever is just another situation, which is the main problem that's going on with Aisha that I've seen. It was a similar situation that was going on with Jada and Will. It's a competition. Like, a man can go and sleep with and lay down and do whatever they want to and come back and be, unfazed. Women can't do that. And the fact that there's this thought process that it's okay, or women should experience a multitude of men to be able to be satisfied with a man, is saying the main truth that women don't know what they want. Women don't know how to be happy or satisfied. Why do you have to, just like that girl's video, why do you have to be dragged through the mud, beaten, like going through the most, just to appreciate a good guy? And they never appreciate the good guy until they become baby mamas, until, like you said, they've been running around as much as they can, and then they're like, oh wait, I'm gonna be here by myself, let me fix it. And unfortunately, what I've seen, it's a cultural thing, because other races aren't doing that.
Hey, Reva, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Let me give you this. Let me give you this. I want you to go study this video. Steph Curry brought his daughter to the podium after a basketball game, post-game interview. And she was about 3 to 5. She acts just like her mother. She's born to get down like that. She's bred around a woman who get down like that. If you with a loose woman, they gonna give you a loose daughter most of the time.
He ain't lying.
Not every time, but most of the time it's gonna be like mama, like daughter. Now that's my opinion, because I think people think, oh, they gotta get to the point where they're a hoe. No. I believe whores are born. It's the little girls in kindergarten that's getting juiced. They want somebody to fill on them. I really believe that, because I've witnessed it. I've witnessed 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds with sexual appetites, and it's like, where did they get this from? We're just trained to act like we don't see that, or trained to act like they're a victim. There are people born to be hoes. That's why they take you to jail for pimping, because there are men out here who know how to capitalize off a hoe that's gonna do this anyway.
I'm gonna tell you something. This pimping that I got in my blood, it came from a family tree. My granddaddy was a pimp.
Anyway,
that's my opinion, River. That's my opinion.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Because when women are attention seeking, their daughters then become attention seeking, and then that's how you have, okay, hold on, baby, come on over here, get off of that lap. Why are you over there? Why are you in this grown man's face? Go sit down. Go play with your toys. Why are you? That's how you, because they're doing and replicating what they see, and that's a very dangerous situation, especially for younger girls, because some of them are doing it blindly. They have no idea. They're just replicating. They're like, no, this is a real world. This is a very dangerous thing. And that's the same thing, like, even when it comes to the same interview that Aisha did. And they were talking about, Aisha had the audacity, right, to say on the interview, oh, I had a female reporter tell me, why you need to just go sit in the stands and look pretty. Why did she have to tell you that? You're telling us what she said. My question is, why did she have to tell you that? I doubt. I don't like to put nobody's name out there, because I can't, swear for anybody, because people just be surprising you. But I sincerely doubt that somebody is telling Savannah James she needs to go sit down somewhere. I don't feel like they're saying that to her. I really don't. but you're saying that, and you're like, well, I this and I that, and everything goes back to her wanting to be an actress and her goals and her visions, and she was supposed to be the breadwinner, and her name is not the moniker, and it was an adjustment for her and everything, and it's like, but what do you want? Because you have like what do you like? So you want to be married to this man. There were so many clips of her going onto the court and trying to mark her territory. You don't want him cheating on you. You don't want him sleeping around. But then, at the same token, this is how you're displaying yourself. So what are you telling all these other women who would love to be in your seat? They're gonna try hard. They're like, oh, we can't wait till you slip.
I used to say that if you give somebody who don't know how to take care of money, they're going to lose it anyway. Like, I really believe if you gave the average civilian $1 million, they wouldn't have $1 million in a couple of months.
Tomorrow.
Like, they would be down to the last of it. That's the average mind. I said that to say, I believe if you take the average woman and you put her in Aisha Curry's position, they're going to be in the same boat that Aisha Curry is in, because we in America train the women to think somebody owes you something. The way you think is okay. You can be 300 pounds, it's okay. There's no real discipline in these states to make sure that the human family grows accordingly. So you take a woman like Aisha Curry. Now, everybody ain't as bad as her. She's an extreme case. But
I just don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, you understand. It's just you don't want to believe that the world is that bad, but it is. I think you, because I watch the interviews you do, and you just be like, girl, woo. This ain't one or two or three.
No.
Most of the women that you're talking about have done something similar to Aisha Curry. This is how crazy women are. Most women will say abortion is not the same as a baby. Like, if I kill my baby when they 5, that's different than killing my baby with an abortion. Like, what do you think about that? I'm putting you on the spot on purpose.
No, I know. No, the thing is that I'll give you another one. What's interesting to me is that you have women who will say, "Oh no, I'm not gonna abort my child." Then the child gets here and they're not taking care of the child. So it's like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't understand.
I get what you're trying to say, but to me, murder is murder. You can find a way to make it sound like you want to make it sound. I'm just saying, nobody kills babies more than bitches.
Yeah, double homicide.
Nobody kills babies more than bitches. And
my point was, if it's not that, the next step is neglect. That's my point. It's like, oh, I can't wait till y'all grow up because I'm tired of doing this. And then whole time,
I kept it, but I didn't care for it.
That's my point. So it's like a catch-22.
I'm saying all this to say, Reva, I'm saying all this to say, the women in the world who represent themselves respectfully deserve so much credit, because I don't see many women of substance in these streets I run. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, one of my bitches broke up with me. And I mean, I know, I'm just saying. And she broke up with me. And I was laughing because guess what? She called me on October 1st. I was like, I knew you couldn't make it in this world without me, bitch. Now, you got to pay. I'm going to still take you back and play with you and all that dirty, rotten shit. But stop thinking you can be without somebody like me. And I'm saying it in a wicked way on purpose. The women who can take care of themselves and all that. Right. Go ahead.
The point is the ego. Women lie to themselves, then they get around a group of other women who lie to them, so they create this bubble of delusion, and they act all because. And I hate to say it, I hate to bring it up because
say it,
but it's just like It's just like Tia Mowry. It's the same thing. Tia was listen. Everybody looked at them as cute twins. Okay, yes, you wasn't the heartthrob and the sex symbol and stuff like that. You was cute, but people just looked at you guys as wholesome and nice. You were married to this guy. That's the only man that you've been with. Stayed with him, and then one day, you felt like you didn't experience enough, or whatever the case is. And it's like it's a similar situation, because the way that Aisha is trotting, okay, it looks like that might be like one day she might just finally be like, I've had enough,
Well, she's going to leave that man.
But it's a delusional mindset, because a lot of women don't understand how much they actually needed, relied on, how much that man brought to them or provided, because they were so looking outward to their homegirls, to social media, that when the man is gone, that's when reality strikes. That's why you getting the call on the first. But it's the things that maintain relationships from a woman is that humility. It's the humility. Don't play bold. Oh, I'm leaving. Because good and well, if that man walk out the door, he's gonna have more than a couple of options, number one. Number two, you can't handle everything by yourself. Women by themselves, majority of the time, are chaos that need somebody to steer them and say, do this.
Man, like what you just said right there, said right there is so the truth, but that's not what's being preached. What's being preached is what you don't need. And like I've said on this show before, if you got a woman who is living her life with kids without the man, you need to step back and look at your life and see how that shit turned out, because it normally doesn't turn out well.
No.
So who you're with, you need to make quality decisions and have quality people in your life. I'm talking about men and women, so that as we begin to mature and get my age or somebody real old like Darlene, I'm just saying, you got a friend with you. You got somebody who got your back. And two is better than one as you get older. Please believe me. Two is better than one as you get older. Please believe me.
It's a meaningful balance. It's a necessary. I don't think her mic is on.
Did you hear what she said? She said, "Do you think two women can make it?" That's what you said,
No.
D. Shut up! No,
See, that's right. Now you got it. Stop trying to put words in my. I did not say that.
You did just say two women.
I did not. You said it.
I didn't say two women. You just said
two. When you get older, two together. And I said
said
a
when
man
you get,
and a woman.
Right.
Or a man and two women.
That's what you said, right? You just said
like
said
you
it.
With oh my God, yes, but you with two women or you with one woman. That's what I said.
See, what if somebody lived with her? Do you see what people got to go through, Reva?
What?
They ain't like you, Reva. You saw Reva just got quiet and made sure her ponytail back. But you got your hair down. Goddamn.
Because I just washed it. I wasn't
want to
gonna
hear
put
that
it
shit. Hey, Reva, listen.
She look good. You look good, girl.
Thank you. And it's Riva, not. You keep changing.
Glowing.
Thank you. Can we correct him, please? Because I wanted to, but
it's
I didn't
Riva, right?
Right, but you keep changing it
Riva
up when he wants
TV.
to.
What's up, y'all?
Riva.
No, sister, listen. Riva. Keep doing what you're doing. You stand out. I appreciate how you come professional. I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate how you conduct yourself. This is nothing phony. You are being seen by the real ones, and we salute you.
I really appreciate that. And it's meaningful to me because I think sometimes in the clips, I don't get to expose, all of my personality in that short amount of time. So coming here and being able to talk with somebody who's like-minded, okay, is just like a freeing experience as well, so that people can see my heart for it too. Like I'm just not getting up there to talk just to waste time. Like I'm really passionate about it.
No,
really
people know you're confident. Want me to tell you how the real ones know you confident? Because we don't even know how you look below the waist.
Right.
The average broad will be up here. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh yeah. No, sister. You do it right. You leave something for us to guess and hope to see one day. Not flirting with you, but I'm just saying, you doing it right. And you keep doing what you doing.
Steph Curry just had baby number is having or just had baby number 4 with her. So that's my concern, is that that's going to be his reality.
And I was going to ask you both a question about that.
Go ahead, D. What's your question? I'm impressed you got a question.
You know what? I didn't want to interrupt you guys. It's fascinating. Anyway, there's a lot of guys in that position, right? Not just the NBA, but because of the power, the money, and all that. And you see that happening. It can't be that he just doesn't see it. Do you really think that he just doesn't? He likes it, like he just doesn't mind it. He's being submissive. What is going on, and what do you expect him to do? Like, in other words, now, like you said, he brought a 4th child into the world. So at this point in their lives, what can we expect? I think he has his phone on speaker. Somebody upstairs. Like, I don't know. Like, are we just baffled, and then we kind of use this as a lesson for upcoming males?
I'm glad you asked that, because I'm going to answer that question, and I also have a statement too. The first thing I want to say is, to answer your question, I believe either he is purposely ignoring it so he can focus on his job, because if he were to really sit in the reality of what could be happening, that would be too much to deal with, because it's not just her, it's his whole family unit. He's been with her for so long. They have all these kids. So I think there has to be some kind of either like armor that he might be putting up if he's really not, or like Corey was saying, there are some men who are programmed to be like, yeah, she can do what she wants. She can say what she wants. She's her own person. Like, I'm not offended because she's just being real. In the sake of, we're just being honest. It's embarrassment. It is. It's embarrassing that every time that your wife is on certain platforms, that people are putting up like, oh, pray for Steph Curry. That's not a nice thing. No man wants to see that. No man wants to get that backlash from his woman, his queen, his wife. The mother of his children. I'm sure he can't be 100% comfortable. Maybe they have their own conversations. I don't know. I don't know.
See, a man like that, I can't be close to him. Because a man like that is going to bring that bitch with him places and let her disrupt the entire energy of whatever gathering they're at. I've been around men who have no control over the female they're with, and they allow her to do everybody else like they do him. So even though Steph Curry is one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the game, him, his father, and his brother seem to be some cake ass. And that is something that people act like, oh, Corey just talking shit. No, a cake ass is going to impose his cake shit on you through the broad he with. Because I wouldn't want to be around no woman like that. If she is shit on you, I know she waiting to have a reason to say something slick to me. So Steph Curry, because he's great, I'm sure his teammates allow it, but you got a straight demon with you, dog. You got a woman that's willing to go on a podcast and talk shit about you, knowing you saved her from the mediocrity. Do you know I would be Aisha Curry if it wasn't for Steph? That bitch would be out here starving trying to get her real estate license, and an old cat daddy like me would be like, hey girl, how you doing? I'm just a big green mother from outer space.
Now, not... Not making excuses for him or condoning her behavior. What is it true though that there's a lot of set up relationships like that in college when they see that someone's going to be a superstar? Aren't there? Wasn't that like back in the day when people were saying, "Hey,
Steph had his
certain
dad
people
around.
come out of college and they're already set up with somebody"?
Steph had his dad around. The same thing that happened to his dad is about to happen to him. It's actually happening right now. It's just the divorce haven't gone through. But how are you going to look somebody in the eye that goes in public and shit on you in front of everybody?
Isn't it true though? back in the day? Didn't they?
Listen, I have to say this, right? If she
Not
would have
make it
went on
right.
that podcast, I'm just trying to be, because there's going to be a lot of people who say, so what that she's a boss, and so what that she expresses herself, and if he doesn't have a problem, then why should you? Because I've seen it all. But this is the thing: if she went on the podcast and said, "Listen, I really was not expecting this kind of lifestyle. I never anticipated it," and she worded it in a different way, but was also talking about how happy she is of where she is, that's a whole different conversation. The
Go back
point
down to Miss
that
Lips.
the point that I want women especially to understand from this situation is that you want to be the same way that a man is supposed to protect a woman. As a woman, you are also supposed to protect a man.
You're goddamn right.
You are supposed to protect his integrity. You're supposed to protect how people perceive him. And so it's very easy for people and people don't dog him out because of who he is, because they really love him, But it's easy for people to look at him and be like, oh, you sucker.
Let's cut
you
the
can't
bullshit.
control your girl.
It's two women on here.
I
Let me
say one
ask this shit. I gotta ask because it's two
Good, because
women.
I have one more thing to be before she goes. I know it's late out there.
River,
I'm chilling. So.
Darlene.
Oh, good.
Will lack of dick make a woman act like that with you? I just want to hear y'all opinion on the lack of dick. Is that what's happening?
No, it's not the same. Not for me anyway. Like for a man, no.
Lack of it, as in like she's not getting enough from her husband,
Whatever it may
or
be.
that he's not enough.
Both. Which one could it be that?
Okay, so remember when I said there's always the ultimate man?
I knew what you was talking
So
about.
You
he's
knew
not her ultimate
what I was.
man.
The coming through knocking her back out.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
He's
I
not
know.
her ultimate man. He's not enough for her.
That's a possibility. That's a strong possibility. I can't say, because to me, I don't know. Based off of all the stuff that I've seen, I think it's a her issue. To be honest with you, like I think she just got a lot of stuff going on. I think maybe she just doesn't have her center and doesn't really know who she is or whatever. But I've seen there's a lot of women who act a fool because they're like, oh please, you think you're doing something, you're not even doing nothing, and then they just kind of outwardly expose their man.
So there's
in
a
that way.
chance that some dude can call Steph Curry and be like, you be shooting threes, I be dunking in that bitch, nigga.
Or used to, or was, or and she seems like the one that is, I mean, obviously she's more dominant in the relationship, like personality wise.
Yeah.
But she also seems like maybe she, is the thrill, and that can be a next thing too. That can be another problem too. Like if she's dominant in an intimate space, then she has power over you. And so you can't tell her nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's a next conversation for maybe a different day, but that's something that a man has to know. Like if you are giving her the power to say, "Oh my God, you're the best I ever had. You're amazing. Go choke me this." A lot of women sometimes internalize that and act like they're over you and I made him this, so he got to bow down to me. Like, so it's like an ego thing. Again, it's an ego thing. And sometimes women get this inflated ego and think that they are everything. And it doesn't matter if he is the best basketball player. It doesn't matter if he runs the world. They feel like I'm the show. I'm the prize. You're not.
I think there's certain marriage scams, though. I think there's too many because there's too many. I think there are actually some scams. Like people just want to stay married because it looks better in the position they're in, being an NBA player. You don't believe that?
No, but where's she gonna go?
Because a lot of them look miserable. I know.
I believe Steph Curry ain't got a spine.
Clean the basement, then you're gonna clean the garage, then you're gonna go upstairs and clean the attic.
You don't even have an attic.
Well, then you build a damn attic, then, Norman.
And that ain't Tadista, brother. That's just straight up. You're not going to let her do you like this.
But he's not the only one.
And still just shut up. I don't care if the
There's a lot.
season going on. I'll be like, look, hold up. I got to get rid of this bitch because this bitch ain't finna be talking shit about me like that in public.
True, but he's not that guy.
He cake ass.
He's not that guy. But there's
No motherfucking respect from at home. A woman who ain't got nothing going from her, probably come from a losing line of hoes.
Do I smell a whore?
You just got to check. What was her mama?
Jada did that to Will. We see that.
We done to Will Smith so much. It's ridiculous.
But when they say that whole thing in the beginning that I wasn't even attracted to him, and look at us, like you what?
Listen, okay, that's what really took me out is when when the girl was like, oh, so he was like the guy at high school, and she was like, haha, no, church. I'm
Her
like,
Down
girl,
syndrome
why?
Cabbage Patch Doll looking at.
I'm like, why are you going so hard? Do you hate him?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
Yes.
that's terrible.
Who doesn't know? You know what? I was with a woman. I ain't gonna lie. You know what this woman said to me? She said, "You lucky you got that talent to go up there and make people laugh." When she said that, I knew. I was like, "This bitch don't f with me." Just even saying that to me, you don't f with me. You telling me I'm
just to
lucky?
say that.
I'm lucky. I'm not lucky. I've been holding shit down for years, and it's luck. Peace.
Right. And it's a hurtful realization. That's why I said, I wonder, or it may be a situation where he's just like, okay, I can't. This might mess up my whole career. Let me just not even think about this right now because it's gonna upstir too many things, and I have too much stuff that I'm doing. I really don't. I just couldn't. I just can't. It's just okay. If we were to role reversal, if Steph Curry went on podcasts and said he never wanted a wife, he never wanted the kids, he wasn't attracted to her, and all of these things, it would be all over everywhere. People would not want to work with him. He'd lose endorsements. It would be the feminists coming out everywhere. Like people would be so anti that. They would be like, "How dare you?" And she gave you these children, and she's doing these things. But when a woman does it, women are like, "And so what? She's just expressing herself." It's just not. You have a certain level of respect, camaraderie with one another. You can't do that. You cannot put your man out there like that, just naked. That's just so messed up to me.
Yeah.
It really
and
is.
He has a mother and sisters, so
right.
Who got a mother and sister?
And a legacy.
He got a mother and a sister.
Who got a mother and sister?
Steph.
Do you know what Steph Curry mother did?
Not exactly. I've heard you bring.
This is a bust down.
Okay, well, how about the sister? I don't know anything about the sister, but I'm just
I
saying.
don't know about the sister, but I know what his mama. I know what his mama did to his daddy.
Oof, I don't know. I don't know too much. I know we covered one story one time.
One thing I know is that the mama was there at the Red Table Talk, and she was not feeling what Aisha was saying about the male attention, though.
Oh.
Because it's one thing if she does whatever she's done. I don't know what she's done. I know she's a stunning lady, though, but I don't know what she's done. But her son,
Well, that's what they do. A lot of times they want the world to go in this way where men are looked at negatively, but for their sons, sometimes they feel like give him a pass, though.
Right.
It's a wicked cycle.
All right, can we officially say that Reva ain't for the sisterhood? And it's a good thing that we got women out here to, call out women's bullshit. First of all, it's a lot to unfold here. It's a lot of layers to peel back. Aisha Curry shouldn't be on no red table, talking to Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, let's get that out the way first and foremost. Women don't know what they need. Women know what they want, but they don't know what they need. We're talking about wants and needs now. And that's why they need their husband or whatnot to give them guidance, to be that leader, to be like, nah, I don't want you doing that, or I don't want you doing this. Me, myself, I've been married for 21 years, and it took a lot of years for me to realize what role I needed to play to lead and guide my wife or whatnot. My wife just can't do what she want to do. If my wife feel like she can do what she want to do, it's not going to work in our marriage, because it's a pecking order. And I say this a lot in my videos. God, man, woman. It's a pecking order. And my wife, she gonna submit to me. And I agree with, Corey, and I also agree with the Bible. Women are some evil people, some wicked people. It got a verse in the Bible, the wickedness of a woman. And it's just not saying that just to be talking bad on women or whatnot. It's just the truth. And the truth is the truth. I know a lot of women don't like to deal with the truth, but you got to deal with the truth at one point in time in your life. Women, they live off their feelings. And again, that man is there to lead and guide them, because living off your feelings, it could put you in so many dangerous situations. situations. In so many situations where you hurting your own self. Reva said something, and I could see it coming from the scriptures. You know, people looking at wrong being right and right being wrong. And there's a lot of that going on today in this world. A lot of women to look at what Aisha Curry said and be like, you know, well, I don't see nothing wrong with what she said. She went on a podcast and said, and I don't want to put my words in it or whatever, but I'm just remembering. But she went on some podcast and said that she didn't want to have no kids or whatever. You know, and that Steph Curry was just a high school boy and all that stuff. And it's like, damn, you really gonna, you know, get on national TV or somebody podcast and talk about your husband like this and your family that you and your husband built. Basically, like, I didn't want this. Like, who does that? I would ask her, well, then what did you want? And don't come with that, oh, I wanted my own career and all that stuff. No, that's where you see and hear people talking about whole phases. It sounds like to me like she wanted to be a whore. And that's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but that's just my opinion. What else other than she needed to be was a wife and a mother. Like, women look at that like, you know what I'm saying? It's bad to be a mother or a wife. And I don't get that. I've learned that a lot of women don't know how to be happy. They just don't know how to be happy. This woman, she got a Hall of Fame, All-Star, quadruple championships as a husband, all these millions, probably $1 billion man or whatever, and it's not enough for her. It's not enough for her to sit her ass down like LeBron James' wife and shut your ass up. I hope that her daughter don't see her saying this stuff, you know, as far as about her not wanting to have kids or not wanting kids or whatever, because then her daughter gonna have this same mindset, just like Reva said, or it was either Reva or Corey or whatever. They was both tag teaming her ass, you know, but just like the mother, so is the daughter. So, you know, if her mother is out here like that or got that mindset, then her daughter, she gonna be out there like that and got that mindset. Now, in my situation, I've been married for 21 years. I got a daughter. She's 6 years old. And my daughter has never seen my wife with another man. And that's the way it should be. And then once my daughter, she get older, she gonna wanna, you know, replicate her mother. She gonna wanna just be with one man. She just gonna wanna have children with one man. So is the mother, so is the daughter, whether it's good or bad. As far as, you know, seeing women like Aisha Curry, I've seen women worse than her. I know people in my family, my in-laws, that married someone who didn't want kids, or, you know, they dogging their man or their husband or whatever. And it's like, people don't like being around women like that. And these women, they can sense that. And I know a lot of these women don't like being around me because I'm an outspoken person about women, you know, listening to their husband and submitting to their husband and stuff like that. So I'm the last person that they want to deal with. A lot of these women think that the grass is greener on the other side. But if that man leave, I bet everything. I bet my house, I bet everything on it, that these women will regret what they did. Just like the twins, I forget her name or whatever, but y'all know they mentioned her in this video. She wanted to go back to her husband. She made a big mistake. You know, and a lot of women, they would be making a big mistake, leaving their husband thinking that, oh, I can find something better. Oh, I can do better. I can do better all by myself and all that crap. And 9 times out of 10, the only reason that they still probably together is because the man, he's trying to work on their marriage or their relationship or whatever. And, you know, that's probably the only thing that's holding them together. Aisha Curry, she stuck her foot in her mouth. Just like they said, she's supposed to be protecting her husband. She's supposed to be a pillar of rest to her husband. I'm quite sure that Curry ain't getting no sleep with all this stuff on the internet about his wife, because anywhere I look on social media, I see this, what she didn't did or what she didn't say. When you dealing with a demon, it's gonna show. The demon gonna come out, because only a demon would get on social media and shit on their husband like that. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Aisha Curry, Steph Curry thing, and her feeling like she can do better, or that Steph Curry, he ain't enough. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.
What's up,
It's
OG,
your man.
OG.
Y'all already know what it
OG,
is.
triple,
To the
triple.
next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.
Hey!